This is my first month or so with the, well, first of all, new bit, slicer bit. Really like it, how it's balanced in there. They're very comfortable. There's a cricket in there. They can roll it. You can hear it. But this is the first time I've ever ridden with Rein Chains. Rein Chains are a very, very old theory behind them. There's a few reasons you use them. I'm kind of doing probably the modern version. Dang bugs in here, huh? And these are like a nylon rein, where traditionally you ride in a signal bit with chains and then a rawhide. So chains, for one reason, if you get rawhide wet, it can kind of do some negative things to it. So like if a horse is drinking, your rein chains will help to protect the rawhide from getting wet, you know, if they drink out a big tank. But mainly it's the signaling. It's a little bit, if you're familiar with the slobber straps for a snaffle bit. It's similar in that way, so that when you pick up, that starts to be, before you take the slack out, that's a signal. A horse can start kind of feeling that slack being taken out before it gets to this point. And so you kind of have this responsibility to the horse that you're only picking up if it means something. That should be a given no matter what. So you can see as you pick up, then it finally makes contact. And then when I get a desired response here, let's wait a little bit. So like there, see how quick the release is? And then it just keeps them in a spot that I like the reins to be. I don't let them go too slack. These reins are actually a bit long with this setup, but I just choke up, and I like it about here. That way those chains aren't swinging all over the place. But I also like the option of it getting long if I need to, and then I can cross these reins and put them up there. Normally I'd have a neck rope on. We were kind of bypassed that today for and such. But if I don't have a neck rope, I just lead him like this, and he responds to it well. See that, how he responds. I don't want to lead a horse by I never want to take these bridle reins and lead them this way, especially with this kind of bit. They're designed to be in the mouth this way and only engaged in this way and then released. They're never designed to be pulled forward, and when you do, you turn everything backwards, and you'll see a lot of horses gape their mouth and fight that because it hurts. I think we forget about that. Snaffle bits are different. There's certain curt bits that are a little different. He wants some of that clover. I don't blame you. But it's good practice not to, in any kind of leverage bit like this is, or signal bit, curb bit, what have you, traditional Western one-handed bit, bridle setup. I don't want to lead a horse by the reins if I can help it. So if they're to this point where they're in this curb bit in a traditional way, then they should already be real light leading them just by the neck. You've gone through all your groundwork leading by halter, and you've gotten your horse accustomed to all different. Boy, he wants to rub on me. That's so unlike him, so I'll help him out. He might have, so unlike you. Oh, that's the spot. Yeah. That's one reason, well, many, why I don't let a horse rub on me. That hurts. You get hit by that. These bits are fairly, substantial. They're meant to be a certain weight. You don't want a bit too light. If you see a bit flopping around when they're walking, it sends all kinds of mixed messages to the horse. And so again, these chains, I really liked them immediately. There's all kinds of different chains. These are probably the less expensive version. Definitely don't want them to break. But so that's what Rein Chains are. I didn't really know what they were myself until years ago. I studied on it, and I finally decided to try it, and I just love it. You can see there's a pre-signal. He almost kind of responded to that, and as we get going here, he'll get a little better. But there, so when you see how quick that release is. There, when he gives me something, it's released, and they just hold the reins at a good spot. They don't hold them too, they don't flop around too as much as some reins. Some reins are way too light in my estimation. But yeah, we're gonna take a look at a little mixed bag. Definitely got some giant ragweed. Actually, the cattle will eat that. I definitely don't want them, but in my commitment not to, I don't want to say organic, it's almost kind of beyond being organic, but commitment not to spray any kind of chemical on here or synthetic fertilizers other than, you know, manure from the ranch. If you would, even if you did, let's say I did and I want to kill these weeds, I'm going to kill most of this clover. And I don't want that clover, especially with this white clover. It adds nitrogen to the soil and it makes the soil so much more beneficial, and they love it. It's great feed. So we're gonna try to find a calf.